fucking cross. Got anything else to say?
I just want to be alone right now.
Alright. Fair enough. What about dear old Dad?
Son, I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have lashed out like that.
No, to be fair, Desmond
You have
deserves
to
it.
understand, I've never been very good at this. Never mind that we live rather
Look, what's wrong with his mouth?
extraordinary lives.
I kind of liked my ordinary
Hold on.
one.
You can't escape who
Fuck.
you are, Desmond.
So I've noticed.
Look, it's silly for us to go back and forth like this. I
I
did a shitty job raising you. I apologize. I'm sorry. But it's important you understand it didn't come from a bad place. You're my son. I love you. I guess I was so busy trying to make sure nothing bad happened, I didn't consider the consequences. Truce.
Truce? See if he makes a truce with his own dad.
I can't believe it's taken me so long to ask, but how's Mom? She's not...
No. Your mother is fine.
Hold on, I want to watch
We
Desmond's
decided
mouth
it was
now.
safer if
How
we
does he
split out
talk?
for this job.
Always assuming the worst.
Well, see, he looks fine. I
Good
didn't quite
reason.
get a good view of it, but...
Can I at least say hi to her?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
see,
it's
his
too
mouth
risky.
moves fine. It's fucking
Maybe when we're
William's
done.
mouth that looks like
Right.
weird.
When we're done.
Okay. What else have you got to say? Anything? Press any button?
Have
Yeah,
we
here we
ever
go.
tried to make peace with the Templars?
Why would we?
Throughout our history, there have been moments. Several, in fact.
Yeah, see, what the fuck? He talks like an asshole
It's
with his
impossible.
mouth.
There are existential differences, insurmountable. If there
Whoa.
were to be unity, it wouldn't be a truce so much
Whoa, bro.
as a submission.
I'll knock you out.
But knowing what's about to happen, wouldn't it make sense to try and talk to Vidic? Come to an arrangement, even if it's only temporary?
See,
We'd all be
Desmond's
so busy
mouth
watching our
moves
backs,
alright.
nothing would get accomplished.
His is just weird.
Imagine that. We're more productive at war.
What's up with his music?
Well, have we ever tried sending in someone? Doing to them what they did to us with Lucy? Or Cross?
We have, and it's never worked. We've sent people who were either too weak and found themselves turned, or too strong and were unable to carry out the charade.
Too
I
strong.
just feel like we all want the same thing.
We use the same words, but that's all they are, words. In the end, it all comes down to freedom. We seek it, they detest it. And so there's never an end to the fight. Not until one side is completely gone.
Is that
Okay.
even possible?
Probably not. Our two groups have existed in one form or another since, well, since forever. But things can be better than they are. And that's something.
Anything
Did
else
you
to
look
say?
for me, Dad,
Oh, yeah.
when I was gone?
Fucking hell, there's a lot of
Every day.
conversations.
Come on.
I mean it. Every night I'd look, searching for your name or variations of it, hoping you'd slip up. Abstergo only found you first because they had better access. A few more days and it would have been me.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I'm here now.
And I'm glad.
Do you think Lucy regretted what
Jesus
she was
Christ.
doing?
How much does he have to say?
I used to think I knew her well, but clearly that wasn't the case. So I really can't give you an honest answer.
She seemed so sincere, though. Like she really wanted to make a difference.
Yes, well, when I first met him, I thought the same thing about Cross.
It just keeps happening over and over again.
What does?
Shit.
Everything.
Yeah.
Don't get weird on me, Desmond.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. Don't worry.
Don't get weird on me.
All right, then. You should think about getting back in the Animus. We've got to find that key.
Alright, so is he done then?
We should probably get back to Connor.
Yeah, he's alright. What do you mean, we should probably get back to Connor? I thought I had, like, options to go find a plug or something like that. Or was Sean just being a sarcastic asshole?
Ah, Desmond, there you are. Can I ask a favour?
Maybe.
Depends.
When this is all over, I'd like to try turning the dial back on the Animus. Like, all the way back. To the time of the first civilization.
Why?
You think it would work?
There was no real loss of fidelity when you visited Altair. Then again, that was about 1,000 years ago, and I'm looking at going back at least 70,000 more.
Sure, I'd be up for
70,000.
it. Be interesting to see what things were like back then.
Excellent. I
Uh,
think it would prove most enlightening.
what is that? Like, saying, oh, we're not done with Assassin's Creed yet. No, we've got, like, more shit to do with this. Go 70,000 years into the past and have, like, cavemen fighting each other and whatever.
So this is how it started.
What are you up to?
Just brushing up on my American history.
To be fair, I
Say
didn't think
history.
it was
They certainly
going to
teach
be
you
the end of
strange things in the
Assassin's Creed.
States.
Like
The
what?
end of this arc,
Well,
for
For all
sure.
the talk of this being
Because
a revolutionary
It's
war,
November
it
2012,
was a
so
civil one.
kind of
Well,
had
not
to
that
end.
kind of civil. I mean, there was no America versus Britain. It was Brit on Brit action. And you can clearly see how the whole thing got started. One war gave birth to the other.
You mean the 7 Years' War?
Exactly. Seems the Crown overspent in its attempt to keep the French out, wound up with a great deal of debt. Believing that the colonists should help to shoulder the burden, new taxes were created. It was a reasonable request, even if Parliament was rather, well, undiplomatic about it.
Well, it's not really fair to tax people for a war they didn't want any part of.
What? Didn't want any part of? Did you not notice George Washington with Edward Braddock? He was right there in the middle of it.
Uh,
So here you have the Crown.
I didn't,
spending
actually.
Who knows how much money to secure a place for the colonists to thrive, and then, when they ask for a little bit of help... Right, look, think of it this way. King George and the colonists, they all go out to dinner, right? And when the
Sure.
bill comes, George asks for them to kick in and pay their share. Fair enough. But keep in mind, he's been taking them out to dinner, gratis, for decades now. The colonists, oh no, they insist they only had a glass of water and a side salad. Never mind the tables full of half-eaten food and empty bottles of wine. Now, when the king points this out, what do the colonists do? Oh, they flip the table over and they storm out of the restaurant. Probably intending to return later and burn it down.
the English
You left out the
perspective.
part where the king pointed a gun at the colonists and asked them to cover dinner for everyone in the restaurant.
Right, yeah, interesting take. If he pulled out a gun, and I'm not sure he did, it would only have been after the 100th failed attempt at getting them to pay their fair share.
But how do you define someone's fair share?
Oh, well, with a war, apparently.
Huh. So, the English take on the Revolutionary
I wonder
War.
how many other places
Interesting.
like this exist.
Millions.
There are dozens of them.
Oh, dozens.
All over the world.
Close
And
enough.
somehow no one's ever found one before us.
I don't think that's true.
Oh?
When I was at Abstergo, Vidic talked about silencing discoveries made by non-Templars.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm sure Abstergo has dug up plenty.
The things they must know.
Regretting throwing in with us?
No.
No.
Looking forward to when we can finally trounce those bastards so I can dive into their archives. Oh, I think I found a lead on another power source.
Oh, yeah?
Later, Desmond. I'm in the middle of something very important right now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a rule. Just follow that as a rule.
A rule that he's in the middle of something very important. Okay. Let us, check out our emails. See what we got. See what we got for emails. Mission replay, like hell. Patch notes. Yeah, see, free running improvements. You're less likely to jump at the wrong time / in the wrong direction. Bullshit. I should not have fallen into the water there. I'm gonna write an angry letter to Rebecca. Where's the fucking... Where's, like, reply? You can't reply? God damn it. Let's see, what was it? Hey there, Desmond. He's been in the Animus for a few days now. Sean is really getting on my nerves. He's disappointed in me. William's not diplomatic. Database and shit. Focus on the Kanyen Kahaka. Here we go. Connor's Piece of Eden. Interesting. The sphere used by Connor during his spirit journey is clearly first Civ in origin. It appears to function as some sort of temporal calculator. It's essentially a crystal ball, but one that actually works. This can't be coincidental, which begs the question, are there others out there? Maybe. What the fuck is this? Subject 16 sending me messages. It just says hello. Cool. I'm guessing it's Subject 16. I'm not sure. It could be some other, like, random asshole. But, hello. Okay. It works. I should hardly be surprised electrical impulses move from one pathway to another. You call them networks. Our word for them was more akin to road. It is yet difficult to project a thought from one medium to another, and yet it works, it works, it works, it works. Okay. More are akin to a road. Electrical impulses move from one pathway to another. You call them networks. This is either from Subject 16 or from the first civilization. Not sure. Heatham's blades. Still not 100% sure where they came from. My initial instinct was he started out as an assassin. I believe his father was one, in fact, but it appears he was a Templar from pretty early on. Maybe he took them from someone. It's happened before, and they're quite handy. I'm surprised more Templars haven't put them to use. Pretty easy to build a pair if you know what you're doing. Yeah, sure. Improvements. I found a way to better control the impulses, to formulate a thought and transmit it, to add a sense of structure, a sense of order. You fear order, your kind. The gentle hand tends the flock. It is a kindness, not a cruelty. I wonder will you ever understand your enemies do in their own way, but they share your base heritage. Their concept is flawed. They are not worthy. You have all proved unworthy of our gifts. So maybe it is the first Civ. Juno. Looks like Juno's really taking a shine to you. I suggest you don't engage her. This isn't the time to go down that rabbit hole. It's sure to prove a badger's den besides. This whole experience is, actually. That final door, salvation was it? But for us. But for us? Who knows? Here we sit, working towards something we know next to nothing about, but it's our only chance, so there's that, I suppose. Forward, leave him alone. What the fuck? Subject, leave him alone. You should not meddle in affairs that do not concern you. Lol, somebody doesn't like me, says Sean. Because he said, don't mess about with Juno, and I guess she sent him a message over email. Huh, all these Juno visits and emails too, apparently. Got me thinking what happened to Tinia and Minerva. They're the ones who invited us to this little apocalypse party, and now they've gone and buggered off. A little inconvenient, not to mention rude. I'll try and poke around later, see if there's not some sign of what happened to them. So I'm getting fucking emails from, like, Greek gods and shit. Awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there for today. It was an eventful set. We trained Connor, got him up to be assassin. We got emails from ghosts and shit, and we learned all about Cross, and, well, not all about him, really, but we met him. Learned a little bit about him. Connor's an assassin, all kinds of good stuff, man. So, I will see you next time.